Production.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Bit. We back at it again. Yo, man. This video I want to get out here super fast, man, because apparently I had to redo this. So my apologies for this, for the length, but it is what it is. You already know. I just got to be honest at this point. I want to say thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. Your boy just hit 33, so thank you guys very, very much. That was on Saturday, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. Let's just go ahead and get into this. So, as you guys already know, Sony has been no stranger to losses when it comes to this particular gen. In fact, we have said goodbye to multiple studios, and a lot of games are underperforming, especially with the higher price tags on games. Again, this is a lot, like most of this issue is due to PlayStation and due to their own corporate greed style approach, as opposed to being for the consumer and giving us what we absolutely need as a community. A lot of people might not like what I have to say, but at the end of the day, it is the facts and it's the truth. At the end of the day, the consumer is not buying into these games the way you would think that they were buying into them. In fact, we're saying goodbye to more games. We've said goodbye to more studios than we ever had before. And it gets worse. Now, I'm going to go ahead and direct your attention to a tweet that I made yesterday. And this is in regards to Fair Games. Now, as you guys already know, for those of you that didn't know, Jade Raymond, who was the overseer of the entire project with Haven Studios and PlayStation, she left the studio not too long ago. And as it currently stands right now, breaking news, the director for the game has also departed Haven Studios. Now, you guys might be going, well, Bit, how does this fall into, over $3 billion? Because you're probably reading the tweet. Well, keep in mind, we have another game that's also in the limelight here that I also got to highlight. And that right there, of course, goes to Marathon. Marathon costs Sony over, not the game itself, but the studio Bungie costs Sony over $3 billion. Okay? Over $3 billion. And Marathon is at a situation right now where Sony is actively trying to bribe PlayStation gamers to try this damn game out. That's right. Sony and Bungie are reportedly giving away $500 a day, quote unquote, to get people to try get on these servers and beta test this game. If this doesn't scream of desperation, I don't know what does. And keep in mind as well, a lot of people might fall for this little tactic, but you know damn well Sony's not going to throw away over $500 a person for these servers. It's not going to happen. They're not going to do that. Some people might win, but I'm not saying everybody's guaranteed to win. So if people going, oh, I'm going to get this. No, you're not. This is a typical marketing ploy to try to get people and eyes on a product. That's just how it is. Y'all seen this, especially for those that grew up in the 90s. Y'all seen this shit all the time on TV. Those limited time offer type of things you ordered, it's that type of shit. That's exactly what's happening here. But here's the thing. Everybody who played Marathon in the early stages, you already know the game is not that good. And in this industry right now, especially with the age of picky gamers that we have now, first impression is key. Sony failed with the first impressions for Marathon. They already have. Nobody cares about Marathon. In fact, many people are questioning why Marathon even exists. Many people are questioning that. How the hell do we have Marathon, but we don't have Factions 2? And the funny thing about this is this. The same people saying this shit are the same ones who were damage control and saying that, oh, we don't need Factions 2. It would have ruined Naughty Dog. This is what I'm talking about when I say people do not fucking have any backbone whatsoever, and they want to flip every single fucking thing at their disposal, at their fucking ledger, to try and console war on this fucking platform. There's too many people who lack the balls to be fucking honest, and that is why the situation remains the way it is. If you want to sit here and damage control still in 2020 fucking 5 over fucking semantics, then go right ahead and fucking do so. But I told you guys prior that this shit was going to get worse. The gamers nowadays are not buying the games. And guess what? I'm not even faulting them. I'm happy a lot of them not buying these games. You know why? Because these games are at price points that they should not fucking be, and they're still giving us fucking lackluster fucking performance, especially with Snake Eater being a prime example of it. So trust me, I'm with you. And I understand. But like I told you prior, all the dudes that wanted to condemn shit like Game Pass, Game Pass don't sound too bad now, do it, people? Do it. It don't sound too bad, do it? It don't sound too bad to have a cheaper alternative into gaming. Oh, but we must buy all these games. We must buy all these games day one. And then when it comes to, when it comes to Twitter, we must buy all these games, support these games day one. We must overhype each other. We must hype each other up in general because this is how things are going to go. And then when it comes to launch day, guess what happens? 90% of the dudes who talk about supporting devs don't support devs. And that's been evident this entire generation. I've been telling you for the longest time, when you raise prices on games, the magnifying glass gets more intense. And guess what? People start questioning, why exactly am I paying X amount of dollars? And you now see it with your very own eyes. So, it is what it is, man. Some people might not like it, but it's the facts. I refuse to sit here and lie through my teeth and tell people shit that they fucking want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. And what you need to hear is this. There's too many frauds in our community in the PlayStation side. It's bad enough you got dudes that don't even play PlayStation games running their mouths about fucking Xbox 24/7. It's bad enough you got dickheads who built their entire existence around Metacritic scores and console wars now telling you that Metacritic scores don't matter because Lost Souls Aside is getting fucking crucified by the gaming community. Again, this is the shit I'm telling y'all. Y'all have allowed this to happen. Y'all have allowed this community to get to this dire state. And guess what? You reap what you sow. I have always tried to be the one to look out for your good graces. I've always tried to be the one to be honest with you. I've always tried to be the one to have your best interests. And the funny thing is, despite everything that's happened, I still have your good graces, even though there's nothing to fix anymore. We can't fix anything. I'm always going to have your good grace. I'm always going to have y'all back. But one thing about me too, and that's kind of my crutch, I guess you can say, is that I'm brutally honest. I will always be brutally honest. I did it with Xbox at time where it needed, and now I'm doing it with PlayStation at a desperate time that we need it. It's bad enough you got dudes who spend all their time on fucking Twitter and waiting for fucking numbers instead of adding to numbers and helping their arguments. For example, what was the narrative going around for Helldivers? Oh, shut up, Big Cloud. You just a fake PC guy. You just want to do all this. Ain't nobody fucking buying all the game. Like, the game's not being heavily supported by the PC community. It's being heavily supported by the PlayStation community. Even though the fucking numbers came out, ladies and gentlemen, here's the fucking numbers. And as you can fucking see by the fucking chart, PlayStation didn't partly support shit in this fucking chart. Most of the sales are on fucking Steam. Microsoft has a tiny percentage because the game just released. And speaking of Microsoft, the game's in its top 10. Speaking of Microsoft, the servers are crashing with the help of Microsoft. If you don't think this right here alone is going to add to more fucking games going to Xbox, you're fucking retarded. Spider-Man, more than likely, is making its way to Xbox. The list goes on. You can play Russian roulette with these games all you want, but the reality is this. Actual jobs are on the line here. People's actual living is on the line here in terms of these sales when it comes to these games. They don't give a shit about your console war. Why do you think they're so fucking kumbaya and getting their games out there? They don't give a fuck about your console war. They think it's stupid as well. Too many people are bitching and complaining about shit they don't know. Motherfuckers acting like they have any inkling of business sense. And they don't. I told you this was going to fucking happen. I told you the crash outs were going to be hilarious. And the funny thing is, the dickheads who were crashing out the most had the nerve to say that I was crashing out when I was being honest about the fucking Pro. The same motherfuckers who claimed that I was crashing out are the same motherfuckers crying through their fucking computer monitors day in and day out over everything that's happened. You know why? Because everything I said is fucking fact. I am fucking inevitable. I was inevitable from the fucking start. I told you it is done. I told you it is over. I told you you have nothing. and I mean nothing else, to console war over. So please embrace gaming. Did I not tell you guys this? I said embrace gaming. Go play your games. What did dickhead say? Oh, he's the worst. I can't watch him. But meanwhile, you'll watch a fucking dick eater who doesn't play PlayStation games talk about Xbox 24/7. You'll watch fucking circle jerk fucking podcasts of motherfuckers who don't game for period talking about Xbox 24/7 without any fucking rational or critical thinking whatsoever. Right? This is the type of shit that you would do. You say motherfuckers are going to give attention to dickheads who are over here crying. Like, literally, I have never thought I would see anything like this. And shout out to my boy Jack for even calling this out, man. Even Jack knows we're fucking cooked when you got him even replying to shit like this. But motherfuckers are out here trying to console war with fucking Lego Horizon, Lost Souls aside, which is getting fucking critically destroyed right now on fucking Metacritic. You got Rise of Ronin and fucking Until Dawn. Mind you, what do all these games have in common, ladies and gentlemen? What do all these games have in common? None of these games are exclusive to PlayStation. That's number one. Number two, mostly every one of these games has failed. Most of them have failed. What the fuck are we doing, bro? What are we doing here? Y'all pick the dumbest shit to argue about. Y'all act like bitches when people are honest. Y'all act like fucking dick eaters when people are trying to be upfront with you so we can get the solutions that we need as a community. Why am I saying all this? Because this is a problem in our community. Y'all too fixated on what's happened with Xbox. Y'all too fixated on what like guys like Dirk Griggity and all these dudes are fucking playing instead of focus on who the fuck you're talking about in regards to yourselves, like, or who you're talking with in regards to this shit. Y'all not worried about what the fuck y'all playing and what the fuck y'all supporting. Too many of you want to focus on Nintendo and want to bitch and write fucking articles to me about why don't you talk about Nintendo fucking putting their games everywhere? Why does Nintendo gotta be the one with two exclusives? You know why, motherfucker? Because Nintendo games sell. Nintendo's fan base buy Nintendo hardware for Nintendo exclusives. PlayStation gamers don't buy PlayStations for fucking PlayStation single player games. They buy it for fucking third party multiplats. Hence why you got the Call of Duties, the FIFAs, and everything of that nature with Fortnite in the top 10s always now. And it's always been that. So please shut the fuck up. And to the people that keep saying, well, Microsoft is dead. Microsoft owns the biggest games in gaming right now. And those games are in the top 10 sellers on PlayStation. When you fire up those games, you see Microsoft Studios or Xbox Studios. Dude's like, yeah, this is crazy. I'm seeing Xbox Studio logo on my PlayStation. Yeah, you know what's even more crazy? That Xbox Game Studios fucking logo that you're seeing is the games that's outperforming your games that have the really cool Avengers PlayStation Studio logo. But of course, you don't think like that. You don't use critical thinking. You don't think that we look like fucking bitches as a whole for hyping up all our games, and our games peak at fucking 2 million. By the way, speaking of 2 million, the people that were saying that I was being irrational with Death Stranding. Death Stranding is number 12 on the sales. And you know what's funny about Death Stranding? Nobody's talking about Death Stranding. So it kind of adds to the point that maybe Death Stranding 2 is not doing the same numbers as Death Stranding 1 did with PlayStation 4. And keep in mind, the most thing that people are talking about now, aside from a fucking price hike for PS5 Pro and PlayStation, they're talking about PlayStation 6, which, by the way, is also following the Xbox type of mindset. That's right. Sony is dropping a PlayStation 6 with a Series S-like strategy when it comes to the portable. The portable will be docked because, you know, they got to copy Nintendo. They want to be Nintendo. So all the dickheads saying that PlayStation don't want to be like Nintendo, that's literally PlayStation's entire MO. They want to be Nintendo so fucking bad. They want to have attraction pieces. They want their games to do all these blockbuster sales. That's why they put so much, they put so much money in trying to get celebrities to try to sell the game and shit like that, but it's not working because people are tired of the milking and the nickel and diming of these games. Sony can never let a good game be a good game and then invest in the sequel and be better. No, they got to nickel and dime the fuck out of you to the point where nobody gives a fuck about it, and they have a sour taste in their mouth. You want a good example? Look at Last of Us, ladies and gentlemen. How many games have we gotten for The Last of Us? And mind you, we put a filter in this situation in terms of in terms of the games. You'll find out that it's just 2 games that have just been prolonged and repackaged over 7 fucking times. But again, this is the mentality of gamers in 2025. People don't like critical fucking thinking, and people do not like honesty in this community. They want console war bullshit, and they will listen. They will fight in the fucking gutter. They will fight in the streets for console war bullshit. Anybody with any fraction of balls that want to be honest, like myself, will always be labeled as the bad guy. And guess what? I'm okay with being the bad guy. I'm okay with being evil. I'm necessary fucking evil. Like I told you before, the fucking wolf has laid with the sheep long enough. And that's where I'm going to end this. You made it this far in this video. Obviously, you like what I had to say, or maybe you're just interested in what I had to say. Anyway, I appreciate it. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you guys on a new one. If you guys want nothing but the truth and the whole truth, look no further than right here. It's your boy Big Cloud, a.k.a. The Realist. And I'll holler at y'all later, man. All right? Y'all be good.